I got addicted to this project, and not in a good way. Hi guys, it is 7 a.m. right now, and I have been up since 4 because this cat has been up since 4, howling and meowing and walking around trying to find a male cat because she is in heat. And she's totally fine. She's not like in pain or anything. That's not why they howl or meow. They just do that to call a male cat. And I, instead of, just being able to let her do her thing and whatever, I have to play with her and try and soothe her because I live in a pet-free building. So she's a bit of a secret. And it is my own fault. This is completely my own fault because you know what? It is time to get her spayed, and I don't have money put aside for that because I was committed to being a starving artist, and now my cat needs to get spayed and I can't do that. And so this video is about how I started crashing out basically, and how I got addicted to this project, and not in a good way. Like, yeah, there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle on why I am in this predicament right now, where the responsibilities of life are just crashing in on me, and I need to figure all my shit out and be an adult and be responsible. And that message has kind of been iterating in my life for like a couple months. Since I was a kid, I never felt like I had sort of freedom in that sense. So when I spent my whole life only having really like responsibility and not that much fun, and even the things that I was passionate about, I always just put all these rules around them. Like, there was no space where I was just completely free. And when I decided to quit my job and say, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna pursue acting, like I'm done with everything, blah, 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 the pendulum swung the other way. And I don't regret a single thing of what I did. It gave me, obviously, a sense of purpose. It gave me strength in my like identity and who I am as a person. And it gave me the start of a community. And you guys, if you're watching this video right now, honestly, you guys mean so much to me, and I never want to take this community for granted, and I never want to take my cat that I have to care for and make sure that she has a roof over her head and make sure that she can get the medical treatment that she needs. Like, these are real life responsibilities. And my character, when I started her whole thing was about freedom, but I was neglecting responsibility because I just totally became engulfed in her and what I could do this project. And the ideas were coming out so quickly, which is awesome. And I had so many ideas and so many things that I wanted to execute. But to do that, I had to ask favors of a lot of people, which means I had to rely on my friends, which is not bad at all. My friends can rely on me, I can rely on them, but they've got their own lives, and I shouldn't expect that they can help me all the time. And I shouldn't expect that, asking to use a location and stuff is great, and sometimes it works, but I think it's also important to know that you owe just a certain level of professionalism to the people around you, and whatever spaces you do decide to use and stuff. And I think I was getting a little swept up in the fact that I could ask people and that people were saying yes to me, that I thought that this was a sustainable thing, and it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable at all. And when I first started this project, and it was getting down to the time where, okay, I'm gonna let you go now. Started this project, it was getting down to the time towards where I'm at now, where I had to start thinking a little bit ahead, because in the summer everything was fine. I was booking things and it was good. I was zen, I was peaceful, I was finding myself. Sorry if, I don't know if you can hear that, but that is her. So I'm just gonna stop this and start when she goes to sleep, but she's been up since 4 a.m., so I just don't even know. Anyways, I just really want to make it clear that I don't want to try to sell anybody this version of that my life is going swimmingly and that everything is totally okay and that it's going to be like a linear climb and everything just works out, because it doesn't. And it is hard, and I'm going to make mistakes and learn how to recover from those mistakes and do better in the future. And like I said in another video, I think that this project is really a case study because I am willing to show the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the reality is that I had a period of my life where I completely committed to ultimate freedom. And now I am in a period of my life where I have become extremely aware of the responsibilities that I have to my friends, to you guys, to like my therapist, that it crossed my mind to send her an email because I hadn't been in so long, just to send her like a, hey, like I just want to update you and stuff, because other than going to those sessions, we don't contact each other, obviously, but I've been talking to her for almost 4 years, and we have a pretty close therapist, patient, whatever relationship, and I owe it to those people to send them, hey, I'm thinking of you, hey, how are you? Like, I became very just self-focused because you're working so hard on trying to get this to work, and I started to believe that people just kind of would do these things and not get frustrated and not and nobody really got like frustrated or anything, because I've caught everything before it's gotten there, but I know that the nature of this project, that it would have gotten there. And I also know that I want the videos that I make to have purpose and integrity, and this project started as something just for me, right? Like, it was just an avenue to express myself and what do I feel like saying, and all that matters is, at the end of the day, is how I feel about it, whatever. But then as it's kind of grown into this thing that other people watch and you guys want a show, and that means that I have to plan things now and execute them well and make sure that I do the annoying tasks of, spending a lot of time doing a shot list for every single video, spending time, making sure all my batteries are charged before I film, like just the tedious stuff that is not fun. I have to start doing that to a very, very high level because I want to do this project and I want to make good things, and I know that it's had a super positive impact on me, and I can see, hopefully it brings you guys joy in some sense, and I want to continue doing that, and I can't do that if I'm just being a dick and getting way in over my head, and yeah, anyways, I just really humbled myself, which is fine. I think it was definitely a lesson that I need to learn, but I didn't really learn that lesson until I randomly had this conversation with my uncle who lives in Mexico, but he came to visit us for a couple weeks. And we went out to dinner a couple times, and I was just kind of filling him in on my life and stuff. And as it happens, he is a life coach, so I think he was picking up on some things that I was maybe not making decisions that were rooted in just balance. I had no balance in my life, and I thought that things would just work out. I was like Sue in The Substance, okay? And I needed to be Demi Moore as the person that realizes that Sue is always in her and she can bring her out whenever she needs to, okay? But instead, I went full Sue mode. I don't know if you guys know about The Substance, but it's basically about this beautiful, beautiful woman, Demi Moore, who wants to still be beautiful and young and doesn't realize her worth and stuff. And so she tries this drug that for 7 days she can be the most beautiful, young, attractive, charismatic version of herself, and then after 7 days she has to switch back into her old life, and if she doesn't do that, then things get all fucked. And that is exactly what was happening to me, okay? I was being a Sue and being la-di-da in the world and being hee whatever, everything's fine, and my inner Demi Moore was like, girl, like, we have to attend to things. We have to put aside time for organizing our life. And yeah, I went for dinner with my uncle and I was kind of telling him stuff, and he didn't push me. He was like, if you really believe in yourself, like, you can do this. And then plan for the next 3 months. Like, I can't just do these videos spontaneously anymore because it is too stressful and it's not sustainable, and I can get better and more consistent ideas and really develop this story the way that I want it to now that it is a show. I have to apply all the same things that you would do in a writer's room of character arc, which he gave me really good suggestion about, and character development and recurring characters and who are these people and why are they here, and hashing out all the details of this story and exactly who this person is. And doing videos so quickly and so frequently and just getting them out was really good just for a certain period of my life to prove to myself that I shouldn't care what anybody thinks and I should just put out my art and that be that. But now that I've built that foundation, which is really good, I need to start bringing other things back in. And I need to start bringing back in responsibility, basically, because I have a lot of responsibility now that I was neglecting. And when I talked to him at dinner, I think the reason that it clicked more than when my friends were kind of telling me, like, my friends were like nudging me a bit, like, okay, dude, like, but you can't do this forever. Like, you know, if you do book a commercial, that's awesome, but if you don't, you are fucked. And I just didn't really believe it for some reason. And I guess because my why for going back and having a consistent, stable job and still doing this project, but in a more stable way, was because I have purpose now. And before, I didn't have purpose. I just felt a little bit aimless and like I was waiting on something to come save me. But now I know the reason why I am getting a side job, which is to fund this, look after my cat who has given me like just everything in this world. Like, she's my best friend. She is the best thing in the whole world, and I would never ever want to put her in a position where I can't give her something that she needs, or I can't give her the medical care that she needs if something happens to her, or I get evicted or something, like they find out that I have her and I can't find a place to live in time, like that kind of thing. Like, those are real life things that I'm so fortunate that those things haven't happened to me yet, but I'm neglecting the fact that they could happen. And I don't want to be in a position where I screw myself over, basically. And because I had all the time in the world and I had all the resources to prepare myself, but I didn't. So yeah, I'm gonna get a job because I know that it is a temporary thing because I have a project that I'm planning and it's gonna take time to build, but I know I'll be able to do it. And when you know what you need to do, but you pull the strings too early, then you lose those opportunities. And yeah, I guess I was being a bit too positive, you know, and I don't think that that is always healthy. So I think it's important. I'm just grounding myself now, and my main message is that I want to do a really good job with this project. I want to care for the people around me, care for the people watching this video, and care for anybody that has supported me in any way. And I am ready to stop being a recluse and go back into society. I was also just scared to go back into like a workforce. Or I went to the mall a couple weeks ago, and it was actually the most fun experience ever because I haven't been to a mall in so long, and I'm also like such a starving artist right now that I am not spending money on like shopping or anything like that. Like I'm pretty much just pouring everything into like food or this project. And so seeing all the clothes and trying AirPod Maxes on at the Apple Store is, I guess, just a reminder that not to take everything for granted. And we live in such a consumerist society now that I want things to mean something when I have them. And also, I just want to show you like my character development because, okay, so I've had a journal since I was in kindergarten or grade 1, and I've kept every single journal since I got my first journal. So I have every single era of my life written down, and I started realizing that, wow, every time I pick up a new journal, all my journals are different. It kind of reflects a different time in my life and what I was feeling at the time. A couple years ago, I was buying the, I forget what the brand is, but it's like that German brand, and they're really expensive. And that was a time in my life where I was buying an expensive journal to have a certain kind of aesthetic that I thought that I needed to, I guess, feel good about myself or whatever. This journal I bought in the summer, and it's from the dollar store, and I decided to, because I had so much free time and I was just exploring myself, and I was like, what is the theme that I want this journal to be about? And I wanted it to be about clarity, and I really think that I found that in this chapter of my life. And these are seashells that I collected at the ocean, and I just mixed some paint with Mod Podge and painted this journal all over, and I really love it. And funny story, when I was getting pebbles for this, the first time I went out, I didn't get pebbles because I found a cockatiel sitting on the rail of a building, and I like picked it up with my hands and rescued this cockatiel. I had to bring it to my family's house, and we ended up giving it to a sanctuary because nobody picked it up, and I was in all the bird groups, and I think 2 people asked about their cockatiel because I didn't even know, but a lot of cockatiels go missing. Yeah, I guess I wasn't really afraid to pick it up, and my just instincts kicked in because when I was younger, I had like 5 budgies and a bunch of canaries. So I've been around birds a lot. I don't know. So anyways, out with this one, and it isn't even all the way done. Like I think there's still, I just have 1 more page. No, 2 more pages. Anyways, it was pretty much done. And this one is also from the dollar store, but look at this. This is peaceful, grounded, classy. It's Monet Impression Hall. And yeah, I'm about to be impressive, I guess. And I really like it, and it makes me feel calm. I'm sorry for starting a Patreon and thinking that I was hot shit. You guys deserve to watch everything and all my art. I'm just gonna put it on YouTube and Instagram, and everybody has access to it, and it's all good. And yeah, I'm feeling good, and I have a plan now, and I'm feeling better. And I'm really tired, so I am gonna sleep for probably a couple hours, and then I'm gonna start giving resumes out today. So yeah, hopefully I'm not on the streets, and everything will be fine. Okay, bye.